Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Bloodthirsty Thursday. I hope each and every one of you are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that fun jazz. I hope you're with family or friends, loved ones, whoever it is that makes you happy. Hopefully you're with them, and hopefully you're binge watching something awesome. Now today, speaking of awesome, today I rewatched this movie for the 400 millionth time. This is one that really needs no huge introduction. It is a masterpiece. It is a perfect addition to this week's the week of Zombie Week. Which, by the way, I've been trying to do different types of zombies for each day of the week. Monday we had Nazi experiments that made the zombies. Tuesday we had like an occult curse type thing with flesh eater. And then yesterday was what they originally claimed with the Dawn of the Dead '04 remake when they first brought it out was it was a virus. So I'm going with the idea of that one is a virus. So we had a virus, man-made virus type thing, or man-made or not man-made. We'll just say virus in general. With Dawn of the Dead yesterday, and then today we're gonna have voodoo zombies, which is always fun to see because they're always voodoo zombies can be two different ways. They're either somebody who is dead and then brought back to life, the traditional way, or they're somebody who is basically they're alive but nobody's at the wheel. Essentially, they're doing whatever. Whoever their master is, whoever is putting them up to these things, they're basically a willing accomplice to do whatever it is they want you to do, whether it's rob you blind or rape you or rob you and rape you. Um, it's a vicious world, and that's the world we live in. And the first movie I often think of with voodoo zombies, besides this one, is Serpent and the Rainbow, because that one has to deal with a lot of voodoo, and there are voodoo zombies in it. It's not a an overall thing that the whole movie is about zombies. No, it's about voodoo in general. This one today is about voodoo that has brought back zombies, and they are taking over the world in the traditional I bite you, you turn into a zombie tradition, one of those things. This one's from 1979. It's from a year before I was born, so this one's 41 years old. Yeah, that made me feel old saying that out loud. This cut is running at an hour and 32 minutes. I believe both of these are. Yeah, both of them are running at the same amount of time, an hour and 32 minutes. It stars Tisa Farrow, which is Mia Farrow's sister, I believe. We got Ian McCulloch, who's always great in every movie he's in, Italian film he's in. We also got Richard Johnson. Al Cliver's another one that's always pretty good in stuff that I've seen him in. Auretta and Olga Karlatos. And this is directed by none other than Lucio Fulci, one of my favorites of all times, and that is Zombie. Yes, and this is the old Blue Underground 2-disc 2K edition right here, and this is the old DVD from Shriek Show, by the way. And let me open this one up because I keep this one because it's a beautiful release, and it's just loaded with goodies in here. Let me get that out of there. All right, first off we got a poster, which I bought this used, and so I was very happy to see that this is in here. And I don't know, but it looks like it has an autograph on it. I bought this used, by the way, so that very well could be an auto, or it could be a fake. It could be something else. I don't know. And then we got a little booklet in here on Flesh for the Beast. Was a little thing that a film that came out from them. This is a 2-disc DVD, by the way. So both releases I have are jam-packed, full. If I can get this sucker to close, full of special features. So keep that in mind. Here is the Blu-ray for Blue Underground. Let me flip her over here. I'll show you what special features it's got on there. Zoom in a little more for you. There you go, guys. You can take a peek at that, and that'll show you what we got here. And this is 1080 shot in 1080, so it's 2K. Nothing on that new one. That 4K release, which came out, what was that, a couple years ago, and now they're doing another 4K release of it. Come on, Blue Underground, do other movies on your catalog, please, please, please. Fight for Your Life and Shockwaves. I would love for you to do those. They desperately need Blu-rays. They need upgrades. There's other films that are in your catalog. God told me to. It'd be another one that would be fun. There's a lot of stuff that is getting Blu-rays along the way. Like Loveless got one. Hugh the Winged Serpent, which is one of my favorite Larry Cohen films, has got one. You know, you gotta go in there and start. Either licensing out these films for other companies to do, or do them yourself. And you know, I mean, come on, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to sell some movies. I mean, you slap your logo Blue Underground on it and people are going to buy it, especially if you throw 4K in there as well. It could be a 2K transfer. Nobody will notice the difference, in my opinion. I don't really see what could be cleaned up any more about it. The audio, maybe, I don't know. It seems perfectly fine to me. I've never had any beef or troubles with either one of these releases of it. There's nothing I can't see as far as visuals go. It's very very clear. So I don't feel that I need to upgrade it necessarily for as far as picture quality goes, but maybe for that collector in me, because this is one of my favorite films of all time. I would put this in the top 5. Number 1 and 2, Chainsaw Massacre, followed by Last House on the Left. Escape from New York is up there. I really, really like that one. Seven Samurai is an amazing film. Dr. Strangelove, you know, that's one that most people, when I say, oh, I love Dr. Strangelove, when they hear me say that, they usually are thrown back, because they don't expect me to throw out a film like that, because they think I'm just all about the blood and guts. And you know what? Blood and guts is where my love is. That's where I watch all my 99% of my films are, but they're 98%, because there's that 1% of comedy and slash action in there, and then there's the other ones that are just good films that are just good films in general. Your Oscar winner type stuff. Nothing recently though. I'm terrible with watching new films. So if any of you ask me to do Parasite, I'm sorry, I don't have it. I haven't seen it yet. I will eventually get to it. I'm just in no rush. I don't know. There's just something about it that I'm just not like chomping at the bit to go get. Am I in the wrong for not wanting to? Or I'm not to say that I don't want to see Parasite. I'm not in any rush to see it, if that makes any sense. So I've talked on about enough of things besides the film. What is this movie about? Well, basically, it's about this duo. It's a male and female, played by Tisa Farrow and Ian McCulloch. He's a reporter. Her father is on this island of Matul, and her father's there. She's trying to get there. He's on this report because there's this boat that showed up mysteriously there at the harbor, and it had a zombie on it, and he's there and basically investigating what went down. They meet each other. They basically are working together to get to the island so they can go see her father. Along the way, they meet Cliver and Auretta, and they go into they meet them. They're on this lovely little boat trip over there to Matul, which is a little secluded island. While they're there, the one gal decides she's going to go for a skinny dip. Practically, she's wearing nothing but a little piece of string in her butt crack, and you can see her bush through her white panties, or whatever you wish to call them. and she goes for a swim, and while she's down there, she runs into a zombie. So we have a shark versus zombie scenario that happens because she at first is scared because she sees the shark, and then as she's hiding from the shark, a zombie comes up on her underwater. One of the very iconic scene that everybody needs to see to believe. It's up there with the fist fight in They Live, that 5 minute long fist fight with Roddy Piper and Keith David. That fight is just, it's insane. That's one of those scenes like everybody should see, much like the shark versus zombie scene in here. After that magical scene, they end up at the island. They find her father. There's dead bodies coming back to life. There's a lot of voodoo witchcraft going on. Some of that occult type stuff. There's a nice little scene that involves a doorway splintering and an eyeball. One that when I first saw it as a little kid, I about shit my pants because it blew my mind. I saw this movie when I was like 7 or 8 years old. I was really, really young. I was going to the video store, and I luckily was able to rent a lot of movies that I shouldn't have. I had very liberal, open parents when it came to things of that nature, and as long as it wasn't pornography, I was set to go. And so I rented this one, and I rented this thing probably a dozen times in 1 year alone, just because after that one time, because I was hooked right away. Because that zombie right here, the Conquistador zombie, like that artwork just enthralled me. It just made me want to watch it over and over and over again every time I walked by it at the movie theater or at the video store. And here, our local video store that I went to, we had one called Showtime Video. That's where I first saw this, was from them. They were within walking distance. Like, I literally just had to walk around the corner and it was there. And then eventually that place went away, and then we got a chain here called Movies to Go, which those are long gone now too. They had the one by my mom's house had like the best horror selection that I've ever seen in my life. They had zombie, they had all the sequels that were out at the time. They had the trauma stuff. They had Shockwaves. They had Alone in the Dark, not the crappy Uwe Boll movie, but I'm talking about the old slasher from the 80s. That's a great one that I absolutely adore. They just had all kinds of stuff like that. They had The Faces of Death. They had Grizzly. They had gosh, there's so many more. Maniac. Gosh, God, I could sit here for days going on and on and on. Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead. They had every good classic that existed, it seemed like, as far as the old VHS days. It was just a massive library that I went there quite often and grabbed stuff from them because I liked it. Enough blah blahing about everything. Let me get on to my ratings for this thing. Technical side, this thing's it's okay. Fulci was no Hitchcock when it came to filming. He's very good at it. He was very, very good. Don't get me wrong. I am not saying anything wrong about the great maestro, because I am a huge Fulci-phile, and he is. If you say Fulci or Argento, I'm going to pick Fulci every day, because that's how much I like Fulci stuff. He's my favorite when it comes. As a matter of fact, I'm wearing my very old The Beyond shirt today, if that tells you anything, how much I'm a Fulci-phile. So, do keep that in mind. So I am a little biased when it comes to this one because I love it so much. I'm going to give it a 3 on the technical side because it's not, like I said, it's not a masterpiece on that end. On the entertainment side, though, this thing is a full-on 5. This is a Richter scale jumping, truck driver ass kicking piece of machinery, of manliness, of awesomeness right here. This is it. I don't know why I said manliness. Manliness. That sounded really stupid, didn't it? It did. But you know what? That's the fun thing about my reviews. I say a lot of stupid shit, and you guys get entertained by it. All right, so this thing's getting an 8 out of 10. Whoa! I'm happy for that. All right, guys, I love your faces. I'm going to put this bad boy down. Got to go run some errands. I'll see you guys tomorrow to wrap up Zombie Week. I got a really, really good one that I am happy to finally do a review on. I have never really talked about this movie a whole lot with anybody because most people that I hang out with, they don't know this film that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. So, and it's not like it's an unknown film by any means. It's a very well-known zombie film amongst the connoisseurs. So, don't look for it to be something like mind-boggling, like what the hell is that? You know, it's a good one though. Love your faces. Where's that stupid stop button? Love you.